Hey everyone, it's Jamie here from Tangles and Things, back with a new video I have promised you. Over the last few weeks I have been creating and sharing videos of unfinished Dina Wakley pages in my Dina Wakley Media Journal. This is the 8x10 journal. This is the first one that I got. I got it in the fall of 2017. Right? Is that right? Yeah. So just a little over a year. Um, I was working in it really regularly, at least weekly, and then I lost my art space for about 8 months this year, and so I couldn't do a lot of my mixed media work like I normally would. So, anyways, by the end of the year, I was like, oh, I can finally work on this again, and I got the idea to want to try to finish it by the first day of the year, and I finally did. I have a series, I think, of like 13 videos out at this point that are all process videos of working on different pages in this journal using different techniques. So anyway, let's get started. So I got this journal when November of 2017. I was lucky enough to be able to take a class with Dina Wakley. It was a 3-day workshop. It was a couple of different classes spread out throughout those 3 days, and I was able to purchase all of them somebody gave it to me as a gift. And she was here in November, right around my birthday, and the third day of the classes was my actual birthday, and I couldn't believe that it fell on that date. And so, you know, some of the first pages I ever did was part of that class. And I didn't start at the beginning and work, page by page all the way through. I kind of jumped around a bunch. So I'll try to point out the ones that I did during those class sessions. And she signed my book, and she was just the sweetest person in the world. And I'm such a fan of hers, and I'm so fortunate to have been able to meet her in person and learn from her in person. Buying online classes and stuff is great, and I love that they're available for us, but it's not the same as working with an instructor in person. So, and Dina's awesome. She's like great. So if you ever get an opportunity to take a class with her, I highly recommend it. She's amazing. Anyways, so I did recently upload a video of this one. This was just a background. I had started and was playing with this new stencil I'd gotten. This is like this Tim Holtz Starburst stencil. I don't remember what it's actually called. And then I just left it for the longest time. And so then I came in and just, I didn't like the tape I had originally put down, so I just covered it with better tape and added some more paints and scribble sticks and doodles to it and stuff like that. So this was a spread that I did in the classes that I took with Dina. I don't even have this stencil. I was able to use it while I was there. And, she was going through with us how, the steps on how to make a face and how to loosen up and, not to try to be perfect, and everything is so hard to like let go of control, but that was a big part of it. And just some stenciling in the background and a little sketch of a face and stuff. This is a spread that I did last December, Christmas time. I think I finally finished it and posted it a couple of days after Christmas. But last December, my dad was really, really, really ill, and he came over for Christmas, and he stayed with us for a couple of days. And he had been sick for a really long time. We had known all year, and he had been fighting cancer all year. But by the end of the year in December, he was like at his worst. And so he was doing a lot of snoozing on the recliner and a lot of relaxing. And I was quietly just kind of working in my journal while he was sleeping and stuff. And this is what I created. This was on an evening that it was just, I was really struggling with what was going on, and I was really, scared and sad about, the stuff with my dad, and, it was the holidays, and things had just been really hard for a while. If you've ever had a sick person that that you're close to, a parent or a spouse or anybody, then you know what I'm talking about. So this spread came from that, and I really loved it. This was some of the medieval paint, and I think the ruby, and I don't work with red too often, but I really liked that, and I was playing around with cutting the burlap and, making it all kind of connect together was my idea. So anyways, that's a pretty old one. These are from the Dina class as well. We did a portion where She was teaching us how to make flowers. And unfortunately, I have not gone back to pursue this any further, but looking back on this, I really like the texture and the look of it and the colors and the feel and stuff. So I definitely, especially on this paper. So I'm gonna want to try to paint more flowers this year. That sounds like a good idea. I did this right when I got this stencil for the first time, and I was thinking about building on the page and everything, but I just thought it looked so sharp and pretty. I think that was like the night paint, that dark blue. Oh, I just love it. There's just a bunch of stuff, bunch of journaling, tape, texture paste through stencils, a lot of drippage. Again, I just love the drips. The drips and the splatters. I didn't really splatter as much as I should have been. That was from February of this year. This was from the Dina class with scribble sticks, I think. So hard. This was a spread dedicated to my dad. After we lost him this February, and this was about a week after he had passed. And during that time of leading up to and the aftermath of losing him, I was so grateful and so lucky to have this as an outlet, because I would just come in here like in a flurry and just create and create and create and just pour it all out, and it was just so helpful to me in a situation where I literally didn't know what to do. It was awful. This was from the Dina class. I love it so much. She was teaching us how to make, the pages flow, like they're all cohesive, and I just think it's amazing. I don't have either one of these stamp sets, and I'm sad. I'm collecting the stamp sets as I go, and I have the stencil of the birds, which is pretty cool, and the masks, but I really love the stamp. I want the set of the stamps, and the scribbly girls with the words. Oh, I just love that set. It's on my wish list. And I like the repeating, she was teaching us about the repeating of patterns, and she had us do these like collage, messy pages, just mark making, and then cut them into shapes, and how they just transform once you get them off of their, whole piece of paper. It's kind of awesome. I need to do more of that too. I always mean to, I just haven't. This is a recent one. This was an unfinished background, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this whole spread was an unfinished background. It was very dark, and I did the heart stencils and some other stenciling, and then I never went back to it. There's a video on that up, I think. I just love the stamps. Oh, this was fun. This was March. I just came in and wanted to try out, just a scribble stick background and just stamp straight on that, and I loved the way that looked. This was from the class, working with the craft paper. This was also from the class. I love these birds. Oh my gosh. Is that a stamp set of Dina's? It must be, because that was from the class. I love it. I need to find that stamp set. It's beautiful. Some collaging. I really like doing these layered pieces. This was from I think this brown paper was from paper that was had flowers wrapped in it, like a fresh bouquet of flowers from a store, and the paper was awesome, and it had this cool print on it and pictures and stuff. So I still have some in my stash. It had so much paper in it. This one's really dark. I love these bold colors together. Pretty sure that's olive. I was really trying to work with olive and be use this color and figure out how it works. Obviously this doesn't, these colors really don't match. I think I have these pre-cut, and I just was adding stuff to the page. There's some more stuff. Who is that from? I don't know. A lot of these were for the online Show Us Your Media challenge. I've been participating in that since it started. I think I might have missed a couple of months here and there because life has been kind of crazy, but I've done almost every single month of that since it started. This was me using that big heart stamp. I I got that set. I got my hands on that set, and I love these colors together. There's medieval on top of that's probably like some maybe turquoise and some blackberry. Maybe I'm not sure. Here's some more drippage fun. You know, I took some burlap and I cut it and I just made strips and just kind of brought the whole page, both pages, kind of into a cohesive piece. This was cool. This was for, I think this was for one of the challenges. And these ladies turned out way too dark. Like, I just went crazy with the color. And there was really no bringing it back unless I added acrylic or gesso. And I was like, just leave it. It's fine. They're more mysterious that way. But yeah, I really liked this one. There's a little bit of painting and doodling and a lot of journaling here. And then this one is just, you know, I kept wanting to play with that burlap and stick it to things and the collage papers and stuff. And then this obviously didn't turn out very well, but it's okay. It's okay. The world needs you. Exude joy, share truth. I like this thing with the wings on it, that stamp. This was a recent one. There's a video up of that. This was a background I had done like at some point last year. I haven't dated all of these. I was, when I was more regularly working before I lost, you know, before my world turned upside down, I was dating everything very meticulously. I would date all of my pages when I finished them, and then I just stopped. You know, there was such a gap and everything. This was a recent one. This was a mess. This was a mess. I was like, cut a hole. That'll be cool. Like, it'll be a window. And this was right behind it. And I was like, that's like really cool. But there was something about the hole on the other side that was like bothering me. And so I ended up just cutting a hole basically for no reason. Except for it's cool texture and layer. I mean, I guess this layered effect to it, which I really like. And then I just like stapled, you know, collaged pieces on here and stuff. And I had heat embossed some stamps, and this was on tissue paper. You know, so I just kind of like went into my stash and looked at things I had already kind of put together or stamped out and stuff. This was this burlap page that I had just put like black gesso on. I was like, oh, what if I cover it with black gesso and then I can like paint on it? And burlap is just, it's just such a different surface to work on. And I didn't really like how I ended up, and I left it alone for like a really long time. I was like, okay, maybe I can do, you know, something with that now. This is from March. That's from March. A lot of this stuff is from March. It's just like I was going. I really love the acrylic paint on the craft. We need more craft paper in our lives. I love it so much. December 2017. This was after I had my my Dina classes. There's lace in here. I just put it down. A lot of splatters. I love that. I love these colors together. There's some chipboard sticker letters. I love the mark making that I did. I'm trying to get more comfortable with mark making and journaling and stuff. I love the way these colors work together. Alright, let's see here. I wasn't really too happy about the ephemera. I was using some ephemera out of, like, I like the ephemera itself. I don't like how I incorporated it to this particular project. That's what I'll say about that. And I think it's maybe 7 Gypsies. It was like a pack. You know, they do those ephemera packs, paper packs and stuff. I went really nuts at some point with buying paper packs. Any paper packs I can get my hands on of ephemera and stuff like that. It's just, it was nuts. But anyways, I put some, I think this is probably some of the burlap that has, you know, that pulls off from the journal. I love it. Some people can't handle those strings. They're like, oh my god, it's such a mess. And I'm like, I love it. So this was left undone. This background I think I did on video recently. Maybe I didn't do that. This I did as a warm-up. I had the blue background and the stenciling, the modeling paste and texture and stuff like that. And then I had, and some circles and stuff, and I just left it. And so this was, this is actually a collage girl. This is one of James Luke Burke's collage girls. Check out James Luke Burke Creative for his amazing artwork, his amazing talent. He has an Etsy store with amazing products, and he's a lot of fun. So I have some of his cutouts, some of his die cuts or collage papers and stuff, and I like to use his drawings, you know, in my stuff sometimes. So some Dina collage back here and some, you know, washi, and then this. I was like, I didn't know what to do with this, and I was kind of burning out, so I just kind of like stuck some stuff to it. Same with this. All I had was these three circles, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to add an embossed lady on there. I love that. I love that effect. This is a Jane Davenport girl from her paper pad, which is beautiful. If you haven't seen it yet, her collage papers are just awesome. They're so vibrant and pretty. And I think these are her napkins back here. I don't think I used any Dina stuff on this particular page. I was just experimenting with these other products that I hadn't really used yet. And I wanted to see how it would feel, you know, on one of these pages. So turned out pretty awesome. The canvas pages are awesome. You just have to expect that they're going to shrink. It's normal. And they sometimes too will get like a fold in them and like a crease in them, and they just, for me, they usually, like, once that gets creased, I'm not able to get it back out. It just becomes part of the page. You know, I just accept it. It's a mess. It's okay. This is kind of where I spill my guts, and so I don't really mind. This was recent. This is one of the collage faces. How cute is that? It was so simple. I just glued the page down, the face, her beautiful face, and then I just used scribble sticks, and I used this collage thing, and, you know, I don't know. I just love that. This is a girl I sketched out a long, long time ago. I was, like, still really practicing faces. Like, I have such a long way to go. I'm not that great of a drawer, and that's okay, because I love practicing, and I love seeing other people's beautiful artwork, and I'm okay with it. I'm not out to be, you know, a super artist. That's not really even my calling, I'm sure of it, but I love what I'm doing so far. And I think the more I practice, you know, the better I'm getting. So, you know, and this is a perfect environment to just try new stuff in. This is just a mess. I decided to add some gold flakes to it, and the washi looks all weird. It's just, this was probably, I don't know if I dated this one. I was upset this day, though, I can tell. I'm not going to read that whole thing. It's a lot of scribbling, but that was probably just grief doing its thing. This is more recent. I had this spread that I had started on, and this is a watercolor page, and then a canvas page, and then a watercolor page. And so I took this canvas and I cut, you know, like these scallops out of it, and then I took what was cut out of that, and I made like a tip-in in here. Isn't that crazy? Hello. I love it. It's weird. It's hard to get, you know, it's hard kind of to make sure like this stuff is going to stick well to the canvas, you know. So matte medium works great. It's fine. I use the matte gel medium, but you wouldn't be able to use like a glue stick or something, so just heads up there. And these were all kind of like, I don't know, they were just kind of like left there, and so I kind of just like twisted them up while they were still like kind of gluey and wet. And so they're like, you know, they're stiff, but, you know, you can still kind of move them around. I was trying to twist them up. Anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. This is a splatter girl I stamped out a long time ago, and just a piece of scrapbooking paper. I added to it. This is more of that flower paper in the background. I love it. I think this is recent too. I love her. Oh, yeah, I did a video. Okay, so I had this page pretty much done. And then I had used, and then there was burlap in the middle, and then I had used the similar colors I used in the background here, I actually used in the background here. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could do like a flowy thing between, you know, these two pages. And then I kind of went crazy. And I was like, oh, let's just stick collage pieces down, and that's cool. And then I was like, what if I make a new girl that lines up with the other girl? And so I used collage paper, another collage girl face, and I did that. And I'm like, oh my god. And this might be my favorite thing in the whole journal. And I think I did this yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was recent. And I love how these are starting to come out. I don't even care. Like, let's have some scraggliness to it. It's perfect. You know, it's just, I don't know. You guys, I hope you understand, right? Like, why I would be so excited. How amazing is that? I'm so happy. I should do just like a mini little GIF video or something of just that, like, hello, hello. That's cute. I might do that for Instagram later. Okay, anyways. There's another emboss. Heat embossed some stamping, and I think it comes out so great. This blue, metallic blue embossing powder, and oh my gosh, it's great. This is so dark. I did this, I think, quite a long time ago. I didn't date this either, not too long ago, because there's no collage paper on it, but... And then this is just all journaling that you basically can't even read, and I was just doing kind of a brain dump, so, you know, that's what that is. This is, you know, I was just practicing how scribble sticks and watered down paint, you know, would work on the craft paper and stuff, and get it to kind of move around a little bit, and then I kind of just left it for kind of like a junk page. I don't even know. What I should do is go in, and I should have gone in and journaled and use all this real estate for journaling. That would have been cool. Or add some more white here. Whatever. That's fine. There's some journaling. You know, there's spaces for journaling. I did do some on the sides, but, you know, I started writing daily last August. And so I have a daily journal now. I'm making it a daily practice. I did most days. It's been super therapeutic, and so now I'm just trying to incorporate, now when I'm doing journal pages and spreads and things, I'm really trying to incorporate actual journaling and not just layering, you know, the artistic side of it is like to actually put some thoughts and feelings down as well. This was one of my favorites too. I totally forgot, I love this so much. So this is when I got this new stencil. Spill, and can we see that? Yeah, spill and write and paint and color and stamp is actually glued flat, and these are just all stapled together so you can flip through them. How amazing is that? I love it. Anyways, yeah, this is on some brown paper. I don't even know. It looks like it's from a you know, like a grocery store brown paper bag or something. And this was just like so much collage, and I just love it. And the stamping in the background, I just love it, love it, love it. Anyways, okay. This is just some doodly stuff I was doing on a background I had left. I was using Tombow markers. You guys, Tombow markers work really, really well in layering backgrounds and stuff like that. They write over dried paint really, really well, and I didn't know that. They're also water soluble, so keep that in mind. But yeah, these are awesome for mark making and stuff in the background, and I had no idea. Sometimes it's really hard to find a pen that will write over, you know, dried other mixed media and stuff, and those do really well. They'll write on acrylic. It's amazing. That was just some stamping that I had done with a new stamp I got recently. This was the special edition stamp set that that was created for the back-to-back, I think from Art in the Heart, that Dina and Diane recently did. I don't know if I'm saying all of that right, but it's that like combined workshop that they do, and they released a combined stamp set that was amazing, and I got it for like way too much money, but whatever, I deserved it. Anyways, that's that. I was playing with that, and then I just had it on a random piece of paper, and I just wanted to make sure I used it, so I just ripped it up and added it to a page. You know, here it's like I feel like I should. This year I'm gonna start journaling a lot more. Now that I'm looking at things from a little bit of a different perspective. When I see certain spaces on pages, I'm like, oh, I think a lot of journaling should go right there. This is really cool. The stamp set's amazing. I think I did this on collage paper so that it will totally like fade into the background. I should do some more mark making here. It's fun to go through this and see like, oh yeah, I see now what, like, you know, more I could have done, and just get more ideas and stuff. That's just a super simple. That was literally like, I don't want this page to be blank anymore. I'm going to stick this to it. I don't know what else to do with it. And I was like, let it go. It's fine. Sometimes I make a mess. How did that happen? Anyways, I probably dropped something. Oh, I don't know what happened. I dropped something on here or somewhere, and it bled through. Whatever. This is a tip-in, I think. Oh, this is cute. I wanted to start doing this more this year too, is I used a, here's, let me make sure we can see this. So it's awesome. You just line it up in here. It'll make like cool borders. Maybe a lot of you have seen this already. And I'm trying to make sure, it makes a mess too, but anyways, yeah. And then you're just able to like continue lining it up. And then, yeah, so that's how you get that border. Anyways, if you've never seen one of those before, but it makes a mess, so just whatever. You'll get paper everywhere. But we're like paper crafters, and so that's kind of expected, right? All right, let me make sure I'm in frame. Oh, that's a really interesting page. Not really. Okay. Oh yeah, this was with art by Marlene. Studio Light Art by Marlene came out with these really amazing die cuts and collage papers, and I love them all so much. And so I used some of her cutouts with some Dina collage paper and paints and washi, and I think this stuff goes together so well. I love it. And you know what? I'm gonna find it today or whatever, but like I put my Art by Marlene stuff, my specialty Art by Marlene papers, in a safe space when I was cleaning recently, and I haven't been able to find them in like 2 weeks, and that's lame, right? It's time to find those. Now that I'm done with my super Dina, like finished the Dina book project and my Christmas cards and everything else going on in my life, I'm gonna try to pull out my Art by Marlene stuff and start using it. Anyways, it's a lot to say. I love these colors together. I think that was like Ocean, Ruby, and Lemon. That blue is just amazing. I love it. Okay, we're almost done. We are so close to being done. It's just a spread here that I did. This is some, what is this called? It's like texture paste. Oh, here we go. By Heidi Swap. I found this stuff on clearance at somewhere. You know, probably Tuesday morning. But I have two of them. I have a gold and a black, and they're amazing. The black is very shiny and sparkly, and the gold is just beautiful. Oh, there you go. If I can catch the light from the window a bit. Look how amazing that is. I love it so much. Anyways, yep, lots of collaging and stuff and layering. I love it so much. This was so dark. It turned out so much darker than I meant, but it's okay. And this is the stencil in the background and collage papers. There's like so many layers. This is some gold, is a gold Signo pen, I think. Some stamped images, some collage words. Oh, just love it. There's some washi under there, you can see. I'm in love. And then this was just using leftover paint. Sometimes if I like squeeze too much paint out by accident and I'm done using it on whatever project I'm working on, I try to make sure I use it in another book or on another page or something. I recently was able to obtain these other Dina stamps. The flowers, I think they're like scribbly flowers and insects. There's two different sets that I got, and one is just a whole bunch of flowers and plants and leaves, and the other one is like bees and butterflies, and they're just adorable. And I just layered, you know, like I just kept layering and layering and layering. It's like so relaxing. Look at that paint. Look at those colors. It's just awesome. I'm breaking the little antenna, but whatever. Anyways, you know, I think this is freaking cool. I don't necessarily like my coloring chop on most of these, but I like the general idea and the setup and all the layering and stuff. So this is very orangey and bluey. I love it. And I think I used on some of these, I was using, what's this stuff called? Matte medium. And so it actually like really changes like how your page feels and how it like moves. And it's kind of shiny. There's like a shine to it. And I don't really mind it. You know, the matte medium is clear and the Mod Podge is a little bit shiny, but that's okay. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be able to show you guys this. This was a recent one I did a video on, I'm pretty sure, where I was doing, I saw a YouTuber, an amazing YouTuber that did a video using a Dina, using Dina stuff that did a window. I cannot think of her name right now. I'm so sorry. But I think I did mention it in the video that I did for this. But anyways, she did this amazing window, and had things going on both sides. And I was like, oh my God, that is just, I have to do that. So this is a lot of like stenciling and stamping and just these cutouts of the stamps. This is heat embossed. It's purple. It's like, you can feel it. It's awesome. So is this, and so is this. I did all the stamps with purple embossing powder. Yay! So cute. And then, you know, some journaling. This one, you know, it's just like super green and bright. I love the color scheme here. And then this is it, guys. This is the end of my book. I did this on a video as well. You guys could check that one out if you'd like to. Just journaling about some things in 2018 that I'm like, see you later. And then jotting down some notes about some things for the new year that I want to accomplish or think about or start doing or whatever. Not necessarily resolutions. A lot of them are just things that I have to do anyways. It's kind of like about getting more organized and stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Let me know what you think. I will be continuing to create and upload videos with mixed media, journal pages, cards, etc. If you guys have favorite types of things that you'd like to see, drop me a line and I will totally make videos on whatever I can. I mean, if I can do it. So yeah, that's that. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful first day of the new year, and I will see you next time.